Good. That looks a lot better. Hola. 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 How's everybody feeling? Another compelling message. Another compelling message. I was just about to get Sometimes I may just need to get some Popeye spinach in me, in my spirit, to get me right. Because I was just about to get busy on shit. If you know, you know. And I'm only like 4% into the game. Baby Jays. And I'm very proud that my boy hooked me up with this joint. You had to go back to the origins of everything. And for those that is tuning in, let me just get myself together, right? Welcome to another episode of No Filter, the realest show ever, hands down. And just to clarify, when I say the realest show ever's, if you don't mind me, collective, I'm putting y'all's show under the umbrella of the realest show ever's too. So I don't want nobody to get offended and challenged. And I'm seeing a lot of people out here say, yeah, the realest show, not the realest show, something similar to those lines. If you're real, you're real. You know what I mean? You're under the same umbrella, so you don't need to waste your energy. Real, recognize real. I just say the realest show ever because I don't have no FCC. Nobody that's sponsoring me telling me what to do at any T. And if they did I fucked up. But if they did tell me to do it, I'd tell them to fuck off. I can't be bought. God cannot be bought. So hence it's the realest show ever. We don't have no scripts. We just go with the flow. Whatever spirit team tells us to say, we say. Because we speak in the light of truth. We have no more time for 3D realms. So let me just get into it. Welcome. If you're new, we are so appreciative of you. I just included all the real collective, the 144, okay? And the inquisitive demographic that just want to see what I'm about, right? Welcome in. Feel free. This is a like-minded environment. We just kick the shit. And I speak whatever the spirit team tells me. Spirit team? What spirit team? Maybe Jays. Okay. Spirit team is when you're connected with the Most High Source. What is the Most High Source, you may ask? I believe in God. I believe in Mother Tiamat. I do believe in Yeshua. I do believe I'm a... Watch my previous videos for my origin story. What would you say that? I'm a very open-minded person. I feel like I still relate to Fox Mulder, the X-Files show. I relate to Rashid. He had names. I heavily relate to my boy Rashad Jamal's information. On YouTube, look him up, The Cosmic University. I'm still a student of his to this day. I'm learning more every day. That's where I got my my heavy spark because Rashad Jamal told me who I was, a black god that was sent here to plant life on this planet. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like need sleep. And we're guardians of the galaxy. And we were invaded in 1492. Our frequencies were hijacked. We were put under a spell by the Arcturians. The colonizers used sub-zero technology, hence wintertime. We're not from winter. We had 2 suns. We were titans. We were big. We had telepathic communication with all the trees, life, the pyramids. Everything was just in sync until we got invaded in 1492. I'll leave that as a cliffhanger so you can actually do some further research. If you got Cottonmouth like a champion and got a big Christmas bag of goodies, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been smoking all different varieties. So if you're inquisitive enough, you can go back. You love how I did that plug-in. You can go back and look at my origins. You can look up Rashad Jamal, Cosmic University of Intelligence. I hope I didn't butcher that. The University of Cosmic Intelligence. Thank God. I said it. I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. I'm working on slowing down and breathing. So I'm just excited to be with the collective. I'm excited. I feel like it's Christmas every day. Forgive me. And then the downloads come in, and then I'm like saying them as they come so I won't forget anything. But sometimes that happens, and then Spirit Team will reconnect me if it's important enough. So let me just say this now. There was a video I did a day ago, I believe, with giving props to Elizabeth Carlson. I drank that water a little too fast. And I crushed some P.F. Chang's earlier. Whew, this shit was dankies. Little shrimp fried racers. I did a video giving her props. I heard it in her voice, deliberation, and so forth. And I posted that video up on YouTube, and I realized I watched that video today, and at the 8-minute, 58-second mark, the audio dropped off. So I was totally blown. And then I realized the TikTok version had full audio. So thank you, Spirit Team, for allowing that message that you gave me to come through and be delivered properly, because I was blown when that audio dropped out. I was like, are they messing? The agents messing with my audio? Yes, but it wasn't that. I think it was my editing. There was an 8-minute video I did, and then I used the app KindMaster, and there was an 8-minute video I did, and I replaced that 8-minute video with a 44-minute video. And normally if I have the background playing as long as the video length, the audio shouldn't mess up. But that video was raw McGaw, in my opinion. But it was needed. And I realized YouTube, either they were messing with my audio or KindMaster messed up on that one video, and they just took it at 8-minute mark from the last video when I hit replace video with the 44-minute video. If you're an editor and creative content person out here, you would understand what I'm putting down, laying down, yada yada. So thank God TikTok and the Spirit Team allowed that message to come through. But I was talking about humans and how I'm disappointed in humans a lot of the times. And I am. There's not a retraction video, but it is a clarity video. When I get emotional and my Hulk comes out, I say blunt truth, and I tend to forget I'm a human as well as a god. So I'm living both realms. And one realm sometimes dominates the other just to say the truth. We don't have time for games because we've been manipulated so much, and we've lied ourselves, and we are dealing with lies constantly. And it's draining, and we just want truth, right? So there's a lot of karmic justice balancing out too. So when I do get upset, I just want truth. Then I get reminded that I may be still working through some of my karmic debt. Or it could just be the kindness in my heart wanting to rationalize why of everything instead of moving on. So literally, I'm like, I am the happiest I've ever been. I'm not here to brag, right? I'm just stating it as it is. But I get highly disappointed at moments, and I voice that. And I believe I'm saying I'm not stuck on the past. It's just when you just resonate with love frequency, and you give so much love out, and you don't get it reciprocated, in your opinion, to that degree, you get highly upset. Hence, isolation kicks in. And you're like, why the feezy am I doing this if I'm not getting this, right? And then you feel like if you're cold-hearted or stoic, then you're not doing God's work. Because God's all about forgiveness. So it's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But you're not. That's what your logical brain says. Oh, well, I'm not getting anything from it. And I'm not looking to get anything from it, but just simple gratitude, right? That's all I need. It's just that emotion to show that you really do care for the actions I'm providing you. It's not always a pat on the back. It's not about worshiping or nothing like that. A lot of people say, oh, no, I'm not worshiping you. And it's not. In my way, that feels like that's just a cop-out. Instead of being grateful, they turn it into manipulation, saying I'm not going to worship you. And I'm not even, I've never asked anybody to worship me at all. We'll have to look back at my videos to see what's good with that. But I'm done playing with that. Let's just roll another one while we in the groove. It's 11 minutes and 37 seconds or 38 seconds. That's crazy. 11. If you know, you know. Daily bread. Oh, this is a good one. Let's get on this. This is Matthew 7:12-7, and it talks about reflecting God's mercy. In everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. Matthew 7:12. And I said the verse wrong at the beginning, I believe. I know I did, so I'm going to correct myself. It's Matthew 7:12. It's not 7:12-7, I believe I said it first. Okay, reflecting God's mercy. I don't mean to butcher any words up, but I believe this person was from Finland. So a Finnish soldier in the 3-month winter war with Russia, 1939 through 1940, lay wounded on the battlefield. A Russian soldier walked his way, pointing his rifle. The Finn was certain he would meet his end. However, the Russian handed him a medic kit, then kept it moving. Remarkably, the Finn later found himself in a similar situation, only the roles were reversed. A Russian soldier lay wounded and helpless on the battlefield. The Finn handed him medical supplies and walked on. Jesus gave us a central guiding principle for our lives. In everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. Matthew 7:12. Can you imagine how different our world would be if believers kept this one simple principle? Can we calculate how much oppression would end if we collectively obey Jesus' wisdom? If only as he guides us, we would give others the same compassion and mercy we would hope to receive ourselves. As we give good gifts to others, we reflect the heart of our Father in heaven, who gives good gifts to those he loves. I'm going to read that again. If only as he guides us, he and she, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read it how it is. But I always worship Mother Tiamat, always. I'm just reading this because this message is still the same. Okay, so we're not here to butcher anything. Oh, well, I don't believe in Jesus. Yes or what? The message is out of love frequency. Okay, we know that the book has been manipulated. I'm not scratching my ass. I'm actually scratching my balls from the back. Okay, so don't even worry about it. You know how many algorithms I just changed right there with that face and that good old imagination. I was literally scratching my back, and I just had to play games with you. I like changing the algorithms up. Are you serious? You gonna smell your ass? Like, why would I be that excited to smell roses? Does that smell like roses? Smell it and find out. Terrible. Did I say that out loud? Twitching. I have to go back to Arkham Asylum. Put my straight jacket on. Just telling you guys the truth. Just chill out. Smearing it on the pages. I'm a sick ass bastard, ain't I? I'm sick McGicks. The Pillsbury Doze Boy laugh. Alright. Heath Ledger, lip joker smack, all that shit. Alright, let's get back to it. Why are you doing that when you scratch your ass? Come on, guys. I really didn't scratch my ass, and ladies, I would not do that to you. Right, I'm not that foul. Only on Tuesdays. Tuesdays. I keep on going on and on. I'm just fucking with y'all. Have a sense of humor. Smile more, all right? Little Omar faces out there. You need to smile more. Get a sense of humor. And you'll add more life to you the more you smile and laugh. Scientifically proven. Maybe J's. So if only as he guides us, we would give others the same compassion and mercy we would hope to receive ourselves. Did he really just go from scratching his ass going back to reading like straight face? Yeah. As we give good gifts to others, we reflect the heart, our Father in heaven and Mother, who gives good gifts to those he loves and she loves. It's vital that we see others not merely enemies or strangers or people with whom we compete for resources or opportunities. See, we shouldn't be competing with ourselves. If we radiate on the love frequency, we should just keep on going on that love frequency and build off of that. I'll get back to a point after I finish this verse. So we shouldn't compete with one another. Instead, we should see their need for mercy and kindness just as we need it. And as we do, our posture and perspective will change. Then, as God provides, we can freely offer them. Then, as God provides, I had to rewind it because sometimes I read things and it doesn't absorb. And I feel like I'm just regurgitating rhetoric, which are words. And I don't want to do that because then I'm not absorbing it with my soul. And I don't want to do that to you. I'm not going to be fake. So if I don't get it, I'm going to rewind it. Just a heads up. I have certain disclaimers. If I have to happen to rewind something, it's for you and my purpose. If I butchered it up, then the frequency is not the frequency that was intended for you and I to resonate it off. So I have to go back and do it again. Or if I misinterpreted it myself, because I'm paying attention to the time or, overthinking things, then I'll go back and make sure I absorb that frequency properly as well, so I can deliver it properly to you all as well too. So it's vital that we see others as not merely enemies or strangers or people with whom we compete for resources or opportunities. Instead, we should see their need for mercy and kindness just as we need it. And as we do, our posture and perspective will change. Then, as God provides, we can freely offer them the love he and she freely offers to us all. Why is it vital to treat others the way you would like to be treated? I like this book because it after a verse and after a parable and after like a metaphor, which are the same, so it can help us all understand what is being said here. Then they ask us a vital question so we can retain what we just read in a different perspective, so we can use that perspective daily within ourselves. So it's not just a verse you hear like, oh, okay, it doesn't apply to me. So if you find yourself in a similar situation, if you see somebody wounded, would you help that person or would you further their pain? So that's a crucial, straight to the chest question. If you really think about it, if you see somebody in pain, are you just going to keep it moving like that's not my problem? Or would you put yourself in that person's shoes and hope somebody would help you if you're in a situation of pain or misfortune or whatever it may be? Think about it. How can God help you? Dear God, please help me reflect your mercy and love in how I treat others. I was reading that in there, and then God said, you better drop a video. It's 19 minutes, 40 seconds in, so if this happens to cut off, just take a screenshot of that and read it, so you know I didn't pull that out of my A. But you can scratch and sniff your phone. That's the new technology. So you can see if my age smells like roses. Did he really do that? Smells just like Roey. Smells just like Roey. It's terrible. I had roses on the front of it. That's terrible. I said that to be funny, and I turned around, and the cover had roses. Spirit team. Ancestors, y'all funny McGunnies. Funny McGunnies. Yeah, I make my own language up so nobody can try to steal that. A lot of people like to emulate shit, but it's flattering. If you're not just a thief and acting like you came up with it yourself, or somebody emailed you, or you have fans from a school and said, hey, man, can you please talk about this topic? Yeah, that part. So yeah, I love all humans. I always will. And the messages just come as they go. But I'll be right back. I'm going to turn on the heat. Get some heat McGeats in this bee. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you again for tuning in. Staying tuned and chilling with the boy tonight. It's a lovely Saturday night. I had a great day today. A very Tom Sawyer Huckleberry. That's a new character. Tom Sawyer and Huckle Finn adventure. Yeah, been one of those days. I can't wait to relax. Okay, but seems like I do that every day, right? But there's more than that. I just make it look easier. But yeah, it takes a lot of work. Thank God God gave me the spirit and energy to keep it going. So yeah, 21 minutes in there. We'll roll up and see what freestyle comes to mind. A few days ago, I did a video about Africa and all of them. Let me just keep it blunt. When I'm not very well versed on people and their names, I will give you as respectful as possible Cliff Notes version of how I feel about things. So I don't mean to sound cold-hearted, but the situation that's happening in Africa, Touré, I believe his name is. I forgot his first name. But he's kicking out everybody, the French and everyone in Africa is uniting, which is a beautiful thing to see instead of self-genocide. And I think that may be an oxymoron, because genocide means killing one's own. So instead of seeing a lot of genocide continue to happen, we're seeing a lot of unity happen, and that's a beautiful thing. We're not seeing our own brothers and sisters killing each other over the resources that were meant for all of us to share and to thrive and not die off of, until people saw the resources as a valuable commodity, and they saw that more important than people's lives. And that's the reality of it. But we're seeing a reversal. We're seeing a grand reset in a lot of things. So there's going to be a lot of anxiety and uncertainty on what's going on in this climate. And that's totally understandable, because we fear what we don't understand. And that's just, it's nothing to be ashamed of saying that. That is how we were built. We are afraid of what we don't understand. You don't think I'm terrified of death, or I was terrified of death when I didn't understand what death was about? Then you realize death is just a transition, and then you become more powerful and more aware. There's just a vessel. There's like a winter coat we're wearing, right? It's easy for me to say that once I figured out who I am and how things work, and I'm still learning how things work. So I'm not a scholar by far. I don't know shit until God tells me. Let me just be clear, and first and foremost, let me say that. I don't want to... It doesn't matter what you interpret from me, but I'm not that guy, so I like to say that. I learn every day. I'm a student of life, and I love learning things new. And I love finding out if I made a mistake. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. Please teach me more, right? So once you understand what death means, then you see why they made it fearful for you, so they can control you. They can get more out of you, so forth, right? So it always goes back to the origin of everything. And see, download slipped for a second. I need to ask Spirit Team why I even brought up all that. What we were talking about before. Oh, yeah, politics. Were we talking about politics? Some reason I want to say we're talking about politics or something. Oh, the uncertainty. Oh, yeah. The uncertainty of today's climate. If you don't know them thyself, right? Something along those lines. So it can be, we're afraid of what we don't know. And then I brought up the death analogy and so forth. But once you understand what death is all about, then you can see why the powers that be use death as a manipulation tool. That'll be it for another time, another topic. When I say this, I don't mean to be vain here. I never do. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, then get to know me, all right? If you're that interested. Some people say I make this look easy, right? And it's a two-sided answer. That's what I'm getting. It's like it took a lot of experience to learn these perspectives and answers in life. And I'm a reader. I love reading. I love watching shows that are interesting, weird, out there, abstract. I just like that type of knowledge. Everything's knowledge. Just depends on what knowledge you want and what you search for. So, where am I going with this? So, I like to just ask questions until I figured out who I was, and then I'm freestyling here. And then once I found out who I am, I can just navigate through life easier. And it took a lot of experience, so it's not easy. That's what it was. I was about to lose the download because I was saying a lot of people think this is easy, and I make it look easy. But it took a lot of trials and errors. And I used to say failures, but now I'm replacing certain words with positive words because we either speak life or death off our tongues. So instead of saying failures, I say those were experiences that I learned from, and I'm glad I had those experiences so I can be where I'm at now. And so this journey was far from easy. Far from easy. But then when you do the proper work within yourself, I'm protected at all times. So if you do the proper work within yourself, then you know that it's worth, or once you do the proper work within yourself, and it's getting hot, so I'll turn the heat on, then you see how God's divine design was set up for you to be where you're currently at. It all makes perfect sense, and it's really amazingly ill. It's like, wow, this was organically, cosmically orchestrated from before birth, right? It's like everything was pre-written. Once you get in tune with it, it's like, for real? That's crazy. Maybe J's. Purple Haze, I think this is. Good looking Marius. I appreciate that. The good yums. Did some power washing that day at the crib. He blessed me right off top for yums. I took a trip after my good day's work of helping the family out. And then I got some more yums. I mean, God's great. Somebody yuff last night said they're gonna come, then hit me up on another number, say, hey, what you doing? When they knew they were supposed to holler at me, but they wanted to play games. It's like, I had no time for this game stuff. I was going to keep you wealthy for life just to be my plug, brother. But you want to play games and think I'm an idiot. And I gave you a PlayStation game for your son to play with, father and son time and bonding. And you, I guess, took that as I'm somebody you can play with. So that's cool. Hopefully the PlayStation game and whatever else was worth it. But you lost a solid one, brother. I don't play those games. Never. So, Karma's going to do his thing. I prayed on that last night. His mind was twitching. I was like, you know what? Nah. I told him plenty of times, communication's key. Holla at me. Don't play this, I'll holla at you. I'm looking for a ride. But when I have money, then you're here automatically. See, I told you about finding character. People play games, okay? When people don't... Yeah, they play games. When you got money, they're there for you. But when you don't, you're asking them for a solid. When you've done them plenty of solids, until payday comes, they want to act like I don't find a ride. I need to find a ride. And I'm like, you're a grown man. If you want this money, you'll find a way to get it. You'll find a way to get it, like I do. Last night I had a solution too, but I was like, I'm not gonna make that call. It's all principle. So if he don't want this money, cool. And the guy was like, don't even worry about him. Cut him off for lifey. So I cut that cat off for life, blocked him. And then the next day, today, God showed me why he did block that yuffer. I was like, bet. This is even better. Big baggies. So, just got different types. It doesn't matter. I don't need to wait for somebody to put together some shit and try to keep me on the string to keep me as a client. I need right now, not on your time. So you just lost. Sorry, buddy. I don't like going without. When I want something, I get that bitch right away. So, you know what I mean? Right away. And if I don't, I get a little eye twitchy, and God makes it's for a reason. So, you know, you don't want that yuff anyways. So it's good every now and then, but you had to wait for the yuffer time. I was like, all right, bet. Now you're part of the episode. Sucks, but that's what he are. Now, if you don't like it, leave a comment on there. You can call me from your other numbers. Hey, what you doing? But you can't. You're blocked for life. So now you're going to be outside on the window looking in. Like, damn, man, I have some gas. I got some new gas. I don't care. It's not gas. That's just a coffee spills. It's a coffee puddles. This is real diesel over here. Cherry pie OG. Okay, let's try that out. It smells delicious. So I'm good. That's why guy was like, you know what? When people show you who they are, stop making excuses for them. Because the games they playing with you now, I did that in 96. So I sit back and like, okay. Yeah, so when I have money, you jumping all up. But when I don't, you want to make excuses. So, okay. That's all right. So, you know, I deal with yuff every day, too. It's small potatoes, but I won't tell you what it is. It's a show no filter. You know? I thought I was going to let it slide, too, but God said in the spirit team, like, you know, that cat was a yuffer. You gave him plenty of chance. I said last chance. Who are you to tell me last chance? I'm your meal tickets. You know, see, that's what it is. Who the fuck you think I am? I'm not your next door neighbors. I mean, talk to me. Talk to me and show me another Lonzo around here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Aren't we waiting too? Not nowhere in sight. Only the real recognize real, and you ain't a part of that club. You're a fake, pathetic cat. That's all that is. I gave you plenty of chances. Merry Christmas. All right. So, on to the next topics. All right. Shit. Okay, Spirit Team, thank you for that one. I had to get that out of Spirit. I was like, I don't like people trying to yuck me and think they got something over. And I might miss you. I might miss you too. Yeah, I might miss you. Yeah. Well, God said if I see you in public, I'm just going to give you nods and get back in my limousine or my UFO and wave from you from a different planet before we hit the red button. Whole planet blows up. And then we're just going to rewind to reality. It's like, hey, we could have done that reality, right? We could have. Well, let's just do the God thing. Let's just leave and never come back. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to hit the red button on you. We don't need to. Because we got other innocent people here. We don't need to blow up the whole planet just because you're yuff action. You just cursed yourself for life until you repent. I don't know why people want to get themselves off Genosha. It just don't make no sense. If they like their life, if they like their life the way it is, it's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? That's perfectly fine. You don't see a smile always, so that's why I wrote a sign on my wall. Smile more, Zoe, and always answer the call. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of being Mr. Nice Guy. I'll always be nice, but these yuffers don't get the time of day no more. That cat got blocked immediately. So this is my way of getting my Freddy Krueger PTSD faces out of the chest, because I don't want to do nothing stupid because somebody didn't give me some weed on the arm. You get what I'm saying? It sounds funny. Why did you do that? Because he didn't give me weed for free. You know how funny that is? But when I tell them all the stuff I've done to validate that relationship that we've already established since we're grown, you know, he's going to get paid 16 years later, but he's getting paid. And he didn't want to, you know, come through on the contract. Well, you know, it sucks for him. But it's all right for me. More for me. All right, let's finish rolling this bitch. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything, just telepathically tell me in the next let's about to say 5 seconds, but like 5 minutes to give me the chance to roll it. Yeah. When I sit here and just think about all the yuffers that could have been, I'm glad they're not here no more, because I'm getting more blessings by the day. I'm learning how that goes. You release negative yuff energy so you can get more positive energy in your space. You know, quantum physics. I just gotta remember that my heart loves everybody, and I see the true version of themselves, but I'm not going to wait for them to get there. That's the problem. I see what they're truly about, but they're still going through this matrix. So, hey, love them from afar. Fuck it. I ain't wasting a damn time, and I ain't gonna lose no sleep about it. I slept like a baby last night. I was like, you know what? It's all good. Let me send them this paragraph real quick. Send them the paragraph. Yeah, anybody else, I send them a paragraph. That's just a heads up. I'm telling y'all. Heads up. I love the paragraphs. These my twitches. I'll be damned. Should I? You know, since that long, like, should I? I don't like liars. I don't like people playing games. You know, I just don't like that. It makes me feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna roll up what I got. I'm gonna sleep with the baby like a baby. I don't sleep with babies. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. Pray to the spirit team. Keep me calm, purify my heart, align me with your mission, God, and keep it moving, and have the spirit team have fun with that cat. Ruffle him up in his feathers. Feather down pillows. Ruffle that cat in his astral travels. Because I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna waste my times. Except shit. I don't have time for it no more. I just released the spirit team. Take care of that. Take care of that. Violated the contract. All right, take care of that. Cats ain't sleeping for weeks. He's in their heart like, damn, I definitely pushed away a solid one. Sucks. Brings a smile on my face. And got different varieties. Different varieties in this bitch. I mean, it's like Lego bricks in this mother, like Lego bricks. It's Lego bricks. It's Christmas every day for my ass, so he just fucked up. He could have had bags of money like this every day. Hey, man, come in Paris. I need a bag of yum, man. Now I'm going to be... I can't. It's going to be fun. God said it's going to be great. Karma's fine. Just watch with your popcorn. I'm just going to smell my yums comfortably. Go play me some Doom, you know, shit. Have my life every day playing games, chilling, watching you yuff. Watching all the people that yuff me out of their life continue to yuff until they get their lives together. I'm always 11 frequency, but we don't deal with yuff. Not in Zoe's world. You got us fucked up. So you You stay over there. We gave you plenty of chances. Now you became famous. 5 seconds of fame. Yeah, so we got some good. We good over here. Damn, the Pebble Wreck. I'm gonna try some of that joint. Got some Snoop OG. Baby J's. You said that was the highest indica in that joint. Very proud of you. It is good. Oh, you got some Snoop OGs, huh? What does it look like? Looks just like that. Yeah, you know that's Snoop OG in that bitch. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Fat nuggets. I don't need to lie over here. We don't perpetrate. Snoop OG makes your nose hair dance. Same with that Pebble Wreck. Got Baby J's. I may watch a few movies off this bitch. Well, you know, karmic justice, everything's taken care of. I'm moving on. Baby J's. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we happy over here. I'm glad I didn't get that yuff last night. I'm not repeating it. I'm just getting it out because it broke my heart again. Somebody else I had space on the ark for, and now I'm going to watch them flood under the waters. That's for a whole bunch of groups. That's a whole demographic of people that yuffed. Push me out their life. And we're going to ride slowly over them. Yeah, sorry. You thought we were bitch. You thought we were bitch made, didn't you? Pull up the ropes. All right, Captain. Let's get the fuck out of here. Wasted enough goddamn time. On to the next adventures. Smelling more jars. Hey, Zoe. Good job. More treasures? Yeah. Me and Mistette chilling heavies. I don't know if she smokes, but whatever it is, we chilling. I'm still gonna be blazing. Good times. Sorry for you losers. Losers. Yeah, I can't do it. Losers. No, you can't do it. I don't care. I'm high as fuck. Are you? All right, guys. I think that's gonna be a wrap. I'm gonna have fun tonight, but God just said to do your thing. Talk your spiritual, truthful shit. Anything else, Spirit Team? Oh, yeah, and Collective. Doing a hell of a job with the messages out there. A lot of confirmations. You are doing a hell of a job. Hell of knuckles, air knuckles, spiritual knuckles. Spiritual team is always protecting you all, and me as well. So anybody out here, confirmation, bitches. So anybody out here that's being spiritually attacked, I've been hitting a lot of flies in here, man. There's been a lot of monitoring spirits in here, for real. I just killed like 3 or 4 of them joints, man. So I seen Manja got the tea, swatting a lot of flies. Brittany, the cosmic wifey, I saw some orbs in her video. Dope orb, 8 orb. Man, yeah, there's a lot of evil eyes looking at us because they know what time it is. We're here in our new world, and they can't do anything else besides try to look at the boys and the girls. So that's all they're going to do is just look at us. They're curious. And that's all they're going to be able to do because we're spiritually protected infinitely. New frequencies, they're burning out of existence. They had their time. And now everything in the dark must come to light. I love each and every one of you. You stay doing what you're doing, and I'll be back when God tells me to be back. And you stay doing what you're doing when God tells you to do what you need to do. God bless to all and all the copycats and evil people that are not original. We're praying for you. Love you.